Come on, guys. Let's get you situated here. Maybe that's it. Thank God for the little display so I can see what's going on. Guys, trucking shouldn't be this hard. This has got to be the worst year trucking that I've ever seen. And on top of that, I just got a nuke of devastation. Let's go back to the first of the year. Trucking was good, and I had to rebuild the engine. And I could have postponed that and put it on, but you know, I was like, let's go ahead and do it. Let's don't dodge it now. Let's go ahead and bite the bullet, rebuild it once, cry once, and don't worry about it. Which I still think was a good idea. Then after that, between me and Stony both, just multiple things going wrong. And I'm checking my vibe. I'm like, man, things usually fall in my lap, happen effortlessly. Is my vibe off? Is my thinking off? Is what's going on with it? And getting by pretty good. I mean, I wouldn't say pretty good. I mean, was paying the bills and getting a little bit of home time, but it's just kept stacking and stacking. And then at the end of the month, I got a phone call to fly out to San Francisco to meet someone pretty cool. It's kind of a big deal. And talk about trucking. And without hesitation, I said, sure, I'm in. Matter of fact, I was so in, I didn't care what it was for. I told them yes. When I got out there, I met with some of the other people at the hotel, and I said, what are we here for? And they was all so surprised, like, you don't even know? I was like, no. I just knew I was in. So I flew out there at the end of May. I think I was 26th, 27th, 28th. And I scheduled everything to work around my schedule. And I think I was home on the 25th. So the 25th, that week, go to San Francisco. And I flew out there. And what's weird is I almost had a panic attack getting on the plane. I love flying, guys. I've flown quite a bit in my life. I don't know, maybe 10, 15 times. I love flying. I can hang out in the airport and just watch planes, airliners take off and land all day. I love flying. I love it. But my flight was pushed back about an hour when the wife was taking me to the airport. And I said, don't go to the airport. It's right there in Chattanooga. They want to charge us to pay or charge us to park for an hour. I said, just pull over in this parking lot before we get there. And while my plane was delayed for an hour, I started getting scared. Like, don't get on this plane, Sammy. I was nervous. I was like, why am I having a panic attack? Well, I almost to the point where it's fight or flight. Almost to a panic attack. I'm not getting on this plane. And then I finally just Googled, quick little Google search. If I die in an airplane crash, what will my family be paid? And it's like $1 million, 1.5, something like that. I said, okay. If it's my time, my family's going to be taken care of. Let's go. Because I've already committed to go to San Francisco. Now that there plays into the story in a minute. But anyway, I go out there, I hang out a couple days, talk about trucking, and they gag me where I can't say anything about it until, the first of the month, which is right around the corner, guys. And you might be surprised. So I flew back home, and it's end of the month, first of the month. My wife's birthday is on the 8th. I looked for loads, trying to find something to piece together, and I want to be back home on the wife's birthday because we decided to have a low country bull for her birthday, and that's what we decided to do. So I couldn't find anything, so I was like, screw it. I got money to bank. We're good. Had her birthday, and right after that, I'm getting ready to go trucking. And I get a call that my mom passed away. That was about 2 weeks ago. A little over 2 weeks ago. So anybody that's lost their mom, prayers, because it's fucking hard. It's hard. But the only good news is, she's not suffering anymore. And, damn, that's hard to say, guys. But anyway, I'm back trucking. After being almost not trucking for a month. Been missing videos with you guys, but a lot been going on, man. Behind on every damn thing. Which I've taken care of all that. I've called all my creditors and lenders, and I said, look, this is what's happened. I've not been out of work. My mother passed away. She didn't have anything planned, so me and my sister had to take care of everything, which mainly she did, thankfully. She's tough, my little sister. She's tougher than me. But called all the creditors, let them know what was happening, and they was like, don't worry about it. Things like this happen, and you've never been late on your stuff, so don't worry about it. And they all gave their condolences and all that stuff. I mean, it was really touching that creditors, lenders can have a heart, you know what I'm saying? And two of them actually even told me, they said, no, don't be past your 30-day mark. And I said, I'm not. I'm going back trucking, and I'm going to get all this taken care of, because I don't like being behind the 8 ball with bills and creditors and lenders. You gotta do what it takes. Whatever it is, you gotta do what it takes. So they said, don't be past the 30-day mark, or they will report to your credit. And I said, I already know that. I'm not going to. Damn. So, moving forward, I came out of the house on the 20th and grabbed a load up to Milan, Michigan. Took some solar panels up there to the job site. Got old LMA dirty. I mean, we was tracking through mud like this. And what's weird is I got there, 4 o'clock my appointment, they said, you're going to have to come back in the morning. They just shut down because they got rained out. I said, okay, cool. So I went back 4 miles down the road. There's a Love's right there in Milan, Michigan. No, yes, Milan, Michigan. And it's early enough, I got a parking spot. Came back the next morning about 12, because the next morning we had an appointment with some things with my mom and stuff, so I had to have a Zoom meeting before I went and unloaded. So that was already planned. So I'd done that and went over to get unloaded, and there's a line of truck about 15. I was like, goodness, this is going to take all day. Luckily, I was only there for about 3 hours. And here's the kicker. They unloaded us in the rain. And I thought, I guess yesterday they didn't realize everything's going to stack up on rain again. But anyway, nonetheless, got that kicked off, grabbed another load down in Ohio, down in Clyde, Ohio, a craft load of containers that I think they put Lunchables in. The lightest craft load I've ever had is 12,000 pounds. And I was like, this is a Kraft Heinz load at under 40? Jeez, this is a unicorn. Okay, my tides are turning, guys. Everything's turning around. Going back onto the positive, the good things, where everything falls in my lap, everything happens for a reason, and it's for me. That's how life should be. Everything should happen for you, not against you. Anyway, that was a sign. It's turning around, guys. Get down here to Texas, get unloaded yesterday, booked another load. It's a TV load going down to Florida, and yeah, so that's where we're at now. And he's about done loading me, so he can probably come out here. So I'm going to wrap this up, guys. I just want to give you a little update where I've been, why I've been missing. And the good news, besides trucking is coming back in my favor over the last month, over this year, July 1st is going to make y'all's heads roll of what I got to do and who I got to talk to and what we got to talk about. It was an experience of a lifetime that only few people get. And I also met some other cool people, some truckers in the industry. A guy named Tom, I really like Tom. And one, man, was my buddy. I like him. I've been watching a lot of his stuff. He's a big TikToker. And his video style is just It's cool. It's cool. I'm like, man, I wish I had that. I don't, but you know, this is my style. This is what I do. This information, a little storytelling here and there. But guys, be prepared on July 1st. There's going to be a bomb drop of what I got to do and who I got to hang out with and talk about trucking. It's all about trucking, baby. All right, guys. Oh, let me tie that story into the plane. The first time ever flying, sorry, forgot about this, about to have a panic attack. That was just the week before my mother passed away. So I was thinking, was that God, was that the universe saying, don't get on this plane, go see your mom? Could have been. I think so. But all I thought about was, am I having a panic attack for my own safety because things have been going bad? Am I having a panic attack because I thought it was for my own safety? That's why I was like, what will my family be paid if this plane goes down? And they're gonna be taken care of. It's worth it. Let's go. You know? I think that was the universe. I think that was God saying, don't go. Check on your family matters. So I'll end with this. Prayers to everybody that's lost their mom, man. It's hard. And I know it gets better, you know. Jesus always talked about in the Bible, this too shall pass. Time is what mends the heart. I get that. But if your mom's still around, I'm 46 years old, so I'm thankful I got my mom for 46 years. So if you still have your mom, give her a call, shoot her a text, go see her. Because one of my regrets is I didn't see my mom enough. I was always trucking. And when I was home, I was tired, I was busy, I was doing other things with family. I didn't go see her enough. So let me end with this. If your mom's still around, man, go see her more. You'll thank me later. Bye, guys.